Hey guys, so for today's video, I wanted to talk about the fact that I'm really just not good at anything. And what I mean by this is that I feel like most people at some point in their lives, or at least successful people, they they're good at something. And what I mean by that is that they've achieved some level of mastery at maybe it's their job, their career, which I obviously don't have because I'm NEET. But for other people, it can be like a hobby. It can be a passion, a hobby. I mean, that's basically the same word. What am I talking about? But I feel like you get what I mean. And they're basically, even like wages, for example, like you see like some guy might be working some like dead end job as a car salesman, but at the same time, they might be into like bodybuilding, for example. So they might be able to deadlift like 350 pounds for 12 reps, or they might have a really good physique because they put time to their side hobby, I guess, or maybe they're like really good at cooking. But for, I guess, someone like me, well, I tried a bunch of things throughout my years of existence. I feel like the first major hobby I put myself into was bodybuilding, and I got pretty big size-wise. I got up to 200 pounds, but the thing is that unlike most people who are actually good at bodybuilding, I only ever got to maybe a beginner intermediate level, or like a beginner, kind of like in between beginner and intermediate, where I got pretty big in size, but I wasn't watching my diet. I guess wasn't lifting with proper form, and as a result, I basically was able to lift a lot of weight versus someone who's never actually lifted weights before. But compared to people who are actually, I guess, competent individuals, I guess I never was able to achieve any mastery beyond that. And regardless of whether it's for genetic reasons or for maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm just have really shitty character and am unable to, I don't know, put myself fully into things. Could be because I have ADHDs, or I don't know, a whole host of reasons, I guess. But the point is that, yeah, like as far as like what I could do as a bodybuilder, or not bodybuilder per se, because you couldn't really call me a bodybuilder. I didn't really have abs or like stuff like that. But, my body fat percentage at 200 pounds is like maybe 20%, 20 to 25 maybe. I'd say around 20 to 22%. And, well, even though I could lift a lot of weight, for someone my size at 200 pounds, I should have been able to lift a lot more, but I could only just barely do over my body weight in, I guess, bench press. And my bench press was pretty much my best lift because I was pretty much like a gym bro, where I could only bench press and curl a decent amount. My deadlift and my back is really weak. So basically, long story short, I actually wasn't very good at what I was doing. And even though to the untrained eye, it might have seemed like I was really strong, well, in reality, there are people like 40 pounds less than me who could lift like twice as much as me. So I think my whole point with that example is that, well, I've never really been good at anything. I've only ever been mediocre at best at pretty much everything I've tried my hands at. And I don't know, I feel like the whole point, or I guess the best way to live life, is to achieve some sort of mastery at something, but for whatever reason, maybe it's because like I'm an incomplete human being, maybe it's because of these self-sabotaging unconscious beliefs in my head that are from, I don't know, I guess years of bullying and being ostracized, and I guess even some racism and maybe unconscious self-hatred. I don't know what the reason is, but yeah, for whatever reason, I just can't become good at stuff. And I don't know, maybe it's because I've done psychedelics, but I feel like that's a really important part of human existence. And, at least if I was good at something, maybe I could not have to wage slave just to get by. I could, I don't know, get by in like the gig economy, or, make content about what I'm actually good at, because I would have some, I guess, expertise and people would look up to me for knowledge on what I was good at. But because I'm not really good at anything, I'm in pretty much no position to give advice to anybody. I guess the only thing I'm really good at is being fucking useless. And maybe that's why I am making a NEET channel talking about this shit. Although I guess I'm not really good because I still am trying at the moment, but I feel like if I really put myself fully into it, I could pretty much go full degen and just become some like 500-pound neckbeard slob of fat and, I don't know, cellulite, and just drool and eat like, I don't know, fucking potato chips and instant noodles all day. Like the things I could probably do, but even I can't do that. I mean, that's the irony, is that I can't even do that properly. I can't even be NEET properly. Okay, maybe that's a little, maybe I'm memeing too hard there, but because obviously, like, you don't have to be a degenerate to be a NEET, although it tends to come with the condition or whatever lifestyle. And yeah, I just can't do that properly. So I guess what I meant to say, and I'm probably going to make the title of this video, is that I'm just a seething mass of complete and utter mediocrity. I'm just so mediocre. I am mediocrity incarnate. And I don't really count my English abilities as something I'm good at, because that just comes with being autistic. That's not autistic, but that just comes with my Asperger's, is that I have, I guess, above average verbal abilities. But I mean, even if you look at someone like Christian Weston Chandler, who's clearly autistic, like his English is pretty good, but I mean, that doesn't mean anything. Like, it's good enough where he can use, I guess, fancy words like I do sometimes. But I mean, he can't really, I mean, me and him aren't really good enough to be a professional writer, is what I'm getting at. And yeah, I mean, maybe that's something I need to work on, but fuck, I've been trying, or I mean, that's the problem. Like, I'm not even good at trying. How do you learn to try? Like, it's just, that's like a skill in itself, I guess, trying and, I don't know, improving yourself, I guess. And I'm mediocre at that. So it's like, how do you get out of mediocre? How do you get out of mediocrity when you're mediocre or bad at improving yourself? So am I destined to be stuck like this forever? Because I mean, sure, I'm better than someone who's never tried these things for the first time, but I mean, not by much. If they were to stick at it for like 1 or 2 years, they'd probably be better than me pretty quickly at what I do, because I'm just fucking, I suck. And yeah, what else to say? Yeah, so that's just pretty much what I wanted to talk about right now, is that I am not very good at stuff. And yeah, and on a side note, I know that I just wanted to let viewers who have requested certain types of videos that I definitely have these videos that you requested in the back of my mind, and I'm going to be making them very shortly. And I think they're good ideas. Like, obviously, if I didn't think they were good ideas, I wouldn't make them. But yeah, so anyways, just wanted to reassure those who have suggested stuff that I deeply appreciate your continued support, and I guess hopefully you guys continue to enjoy what I'm making. And for sure, if you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, or maybe email me or whatever, whatever you're more comfortable with. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and this is Comfy NEET signing out. That was corny as fuck.